What's up? I'm Deezle. I'm 19 years old. Been skateboarding for about 9 years now, and I ride for Reliant Skateboards and Element Footwear. And growing up, my brother was a pretty strong Christian, and he always tried to tell me about God, but my mind was so focused on skateboarding. It just didn't really click, and I was always like, okay, cool. Like I always believed that there was a God, but I didn't really care about him. Besides that, like, okay, cool, like he's there, and so I just kept on skating, like trying to get sponsors, and got a couple sponsors, and like that was fun. Like I was having fun with it, and all while this was happening, my best friend started getting into drugs to the point like he was addicted to heroin, and he had to go to rehab, and he came back 6 months later just totally on fire for God. And this was probably about I think I was like a junior in high school. I've been skating for a while. Like I got a couple sponsors, and so by this time I was like, I wasn't over skateboarding, but like I've been skateboarding so long, I was just kind of used to it. And he was telling me all this stuff about God. I was like, yes, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I guess I'll like do this with you. And after a while, I was like, wow, like this is really what I'm looking for. Like I didn't realize that before I was looking for all that stuff in skateboarding, when in reality that stuff's just all gonna fade away. Like it really just gave me like a realization of how temporary everything on the earth is. Like, see, after hanging out with my friend for a while, like we went to Bible studies, went to church, and I was like, so this is like really what I've been looking for. Like this is really where it's at right here. And I still love skateboarding, but it's just now it's like totally different for me because I do it with a purpose. And it's not just like all that my hope is in. I know that if I have a bad day, then it's not the end of the world, because I realize that God, he loves me and he has a purpose for me. And no matter if I have a good day or a good year or not, that he has an eternal purpose for me. And that's where my hope is in. It's not in skateboarding or anything in the world anymore. And yeah, that's just the hope that he's given me. And it's just awesome. Yeah, I realized that Jesus really does love me, and he died for me so that I could live in him. And I still love skateboarding. It's an awesome thing. But now it's just I do it for his glory. With Reliant Skateboards, this company, I get to travel now and just skate for him and just share his word with fellow skateboarders and just kids that were just like me, just depending on skateboarding. But yeah, now God's given me this new hope in him, that he has a plan for me and that I can live with him, because before I was just living apart from him. And yeah, all my hope was just in skateboarding, and that's all I wanted to do. And like if I had a bad day of skating, it was like I had nothing else to turn to, because that was like my outlet. And now and Jesus is my outlet, and now that he's promised me eternal life, and he said he'd never leave me or forsake me. And yeah, that's awesome news. And so yeah, I'm just excited that I get to do this for him, and that yeah, he's not gonna fail me. Okay, so there's a verse in the Bible, in John 10:10, Jesus is saying that the thief has come to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come to give you life, and life more abundantly. And that just speaks to me that that Satan's real, and he doesn't want us to have life, and he just wants to take it away from us. But Jesus has come to give us life and to show us that there's more to just living and then getting a job, getting money, getting a house, and dying. And he wants us to actually have life and have hope.